Good morning, students. Myself Kanhaiya Jha, and today I will discuss in alternating current. I will discuss LCR series circuit. This is a chapter of class 12. Here we are connected resistance, inductor, and capacitor in the series. Suppose that I have joined with a AC source and that EMF is equal to E naught sine omega t. Now suppose that some current is going from this. So let's say I naught current is going. How much current is going? I naught current. So we know that current will be same through each. If here will be I naught, here will be also I naught. Now suppose that what will be potential difference across this. So we know that for calculating potential difference, we know Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. That means for calculating potential, what we will do, we will multiply current and resistance. What we will do, we will multiply current and resistance. So here how much current is coming? I naught. Here how much current is coming? Here also I naught, and here also I naught. Why? Because in alternating current, current will be same through each resistance. Current will be same through each resistance. Each element. So what we will say here? What will be voltage? Current into resistance. What is current here? I naught into R. Right? This will be potential difference across the resistance. What will be potential difference across the inductor? Potential difference is current into resistance. What is current here? I naught into L. Achha, I naught into resistance now. So in the inductor, which resistance is there? Inductive reactance, right? Inductive reactance is XL. So what is reactance? Resistance present in the inductor is known as inductive reactance. In the inductor we have taken this. And what will be here? Voltage across capacitor will be what? I naught into XC, right? I naught into XC. Now understand some more thing. Suppose that this is resistance. So we know that in the resistance, direction of current and direction of voltage, that was EMF, will be same. In the resistance, direction of current and direction of EMF will be same. That means AC circuit with pure resistance. In the AC circuit with pure resistance, direction of current and direction of EMF will be same. Direction of current and direction of EMF will be same. When it will be same? In the pure resistive circuit, direction of current and direction of EMF will be same. But in the pure inductive circuit, so AC circuit with pure inductance, there you will say, there I said that voltage will lead. Which thing will lead? Voltage will lead. That means VL will lead with the current. So voltage will lead and current will lag. With how much? With the angle of pi by 2. So who will lead? आगे कौन आएगा? Voltage will lead. Who will lag? Current will lag. By a phase of how much? Pi by 2. And in the capacitive circuit, what will happen? Current will be like this, and who will? Here voltage is leading. Here voltage is lagging, and current is leading. Voltage is lagging. In pure capacitive circuit, what will happen? Current will lead, voltage will lag with a phase of how much? Pi by 2. With a phase of how much? Pi by 2. Now see this thing. That now try to understand that how we will make the diagram of this. We all know that, let's suppose at any time t, let's say this is VL. Achha, current direction will be what? This always, in this also current direction is this, in this also current direction is this, in this also current direction is this. So let's say this is the direction of our current. Now in pure resistive, direction of current and direction of voltage will be same. So this will be direction of voltage also. Let's say VR. Now VL will be what? VL direction is this. So this is the direction of VL. And this is VC, na? This is VC. Because in capacitive, voltage will lag with the current. So this is VC, means potential across C. So VC will be here. Achha, now understand this thing. That it's not correct that always VC will be smaller than VL. Sometimes VC can be greater than VL, and sometimes VC will be equal to VL. So actually on which factor VC and VL is depending? VC and VL is depending on VC and VL is depending on XL and XC. If suppose XL will be more, then VL will be more. Here in this figure, what is happening? VL is more. That means XL is more. What is XL? Inductive reactance. That means if this inductive reactance will be more, then VL will be more. So here in this case, what is happening? In this case, XL is more than XC. That's why this figure is there. XL is more than XC. So if XL will be more than XC, what we will say? VL will be more than VC. VL will be more than VC. Sometimes VC can be more than VL also. But in this situation, we will only understand VL is more than VC. When VL will be more than VC, when XL will be more than XC. So we are considering a situation when XL is more than XC. XL is more than XC. So when XL is more than XC, this is known as inductive circuit. This is known as inductive circuit, because as XL is more, that means VL will be more. That's why inductive property is more. That's why it is known as inductive circuit. If suppose now this thing, if suppose XL is less than XC, then what will happen? VC will be more than VL. Now this will be what? This will be what? Capacitive circuit. This will become capacitive circuit. But in this situation, I am taking this one, that XL is more than XC. That means VL is more than VC. If this will happen, what will happen? Now see this. I want to do the vector summation of this and this. These all are vector. So I want to do the vector summation of all this. So let's say that this length is 2 and this length is 5. This length is 5. From here to here, let's suppose this length is 5 and this length is 2. So what will be the net? This will be 5 minus 2, that means 3. Right? So let's say that this is BC. Let's say this length is what? This length is, let's say, BC. So you have to subtract how much? BC from here. You have to subtract BC from here. Because if suppose here 10 Newton force is acting, here 3 Newton force is acting. So what will be the net? 10 minus 3. That means 7. 10 minus 3. That means how much this? 7. So BC we will subtract from here. So what will left here? This complete is VL. This is BC. BC के equal हम क्या करेंगे? Subtract कर लेंगे. Because if this will be 10, this will be 3, this will be how much? 10 minus 3. Like that, we will subtract BC. So what will remain here? What will remain here? This will be VL minus BC. VL minus BC. That will remain? Okay. Now understand this much. That now I have to take resultant of this and this. I have to take resultant of this and this. Because this is cancelled. This has no meaning. This is also cancelled, no meaning. So I have to take resultant of this and this. How we will take resultant? I will make a parallelogram. And this vector resultant will come like this. Its resultant will come in this direction. So this resultant and this resultant. For example, suppose this is also a force, this is also a force. So what will be the resultant force? In this direction. So this voltage and this voltage resultant will come in this direction. Let's say that their resultant will be E naught. Let's suppose that their resultant will be E naught. So if this will be VL minus BC, if this length will be VL minus BC, this length will be also how much? VL minus BC. So what we will say? That this will be also how much? VL minus BC. Clear? This will be how much? VR. Achha. Now suppose that this is making a phi angle here. This is making a phi angle here. Why? Suppose that this is making a phi angle here. So phi is phase difference between current and voltage. Achha, now understand this thing. This is current, this is voltage, and phi is phase difference between current and voltage. What is the equation of EMF? EMF equation is E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Now understand something, that from this diagram, how can we make resistance diagram? Now I will make resistance diagram. So what I will do? This is VR. Now how I will make resistance diagram? If suppose that we know I is equal to V by R. So R will be what? V by I. R will be what? V by I. That means how we can find resistance from here? If we will divide voltage by current. We will find resistance. So this is VR is what? Voltage. If suppose I will divide this with current, we will get what? Resistance. So VR divided by I will be resistance. Achha, now see this thing. See this thing. This is VL minus VC. So if I will, this is VL minus VC. Now if I will divide VL, if suppose I will add VL minus VC by I. So can we write that this is VL by I minus VC by I? Can we write this thing? VL by I minus VC by I. VL by I is known as XL and this VC by I is known as XC. So this one will become how much? This one will become XL minus XC. This one will become XL minus XC. What I have done? I have divided this voltage with the current. So we will get VL by I XL, VC by I XC. Now see this thing. How we will find this thing? What will be this thing? This is R, this is XL minus XC. So this will be the resultant of this and this. This will be the resultant vector of this vector and this vector. So this will be the resultant vector of this vector and this vector. This, तो इसका नाम क्या होगा? What will be the name of this? This name is, this is also resistance, this is also resistance. So R is resistance, XL is inductive reactance, XC is capacitive reactance. So what will be this? Now only three types of resistance we will understand here. Which? Simple resistance, inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. Now I will not tell that this is the fourth resistance. This is actually the resultant of all this. What is this? This is resultant of all this and this is represented by Z. Z means impedance. Impedance means this is the effective resistance of all this. That means net resistance, total resistance. So how we will find impedance? Impedance will be equal to square root of. Can we write that this will be R square plus XL minus XC का whole square. Hypotenuse is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. Like that. So hypotenuse will be square root of perpendicular square plus base square. So Z will be square root of R square plus XL minus XC square. So what will be the resultant impedance? That means Z. So Z will be equal to square root of R square. Z is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC का whole square. XL minus XC का whole square. What is Z? Z is impedance. What is Z? Z is impedance. Achha, impedance means, what is impedance? This is write it, total opposition. Impedance is total opposition in flow of current. In flow of current due to L, C, R. That means due to inductor, capacitor and resistor. So this is total opposition in the flow of current. So how we will find Z? Z, that means impedance. This is also a resistance. This is also a resistance. And we know that resistance is V by I. Resistance is V by I. That means when you will divide voltage by current, that means total EMF is E naught and current is I naught. So can we write that Z is equal to E naught by I naught? E naught means peak EMF and I naught means peak current. E naught means peak EMF. E naught is peak EMF. That means maximum EMF. I naught means peak current. That means maximum current. And what is Z? Z is impedance. Z is impedance. So see here, what will be unit of impedance? If I will talk about the unit of impedance. Unit of impedance. So what will be the unit of impedance? This will be equal to ohm. Ohm. Because impedance is also what? Effective resistance. That means what is the unit of resistance? Ohm. What is the unit of resistance? Ohm. Now understand this thing. That what will be the equation of current? What will be the equation of current? Achha, see here. In this, EMF is this, net EMF is this, and current is this. EMF is this, current is this. So current is lagging ना, current पीछे है and EMF is leading, current EMF आगे है and current पीछे है. That means what we will say, EMF is leading with current with a phase of phi. So what will be the equation of EMF? EMF equation was E is equal to E naught sine omega t. E is equal to E naught sine omega t. This is the equation of EMF. Now what will be equation of current? Current equation will be I is equal to I naught sine omega t. अच्छा, current is lagging with a phase of phi. Here current is lagging with a phase of phi because EMF is here, current is here. So current is lagging, so we will add omega t minus phi. Omega t minus phi. So current equation will be I is equal to I naught sine omega t minus phi. Clear? Now in this triangle, see that if this is phi, this angle is phi, this angle will be also phi. This angle will be also phi. Now in this triangle, tell me what will be tan phi? Tan phi will be equal to, see, tan phi will be equal to, in this triangle, see, what will be tan phi? Perpendicular by base. So what we will add? Tan phi is equal to XL. What we will add? Tan phi is equal to XL minus XC. That means that is perpendicular divided by base is what? See, XL minus XC divided by R. XL minus XC perpendicular by base. So XL minus XC by R. So tan phi will be XL minus XC by R. This is the formula of tan phi. From this triangle you can see, from this triangle tan phi will be XL minus XC by R. Clear? Now another thing is how we will calculate minimum impedance. That means one question is coming, when impedance will be minimum, when the impedance will be, this thing they will ask you to derive, this equation they will ask you to derive, that in the AC circuit net, that means effective impedance. What is this? Effective impedance. That means net impedance will be equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC square. So can you derive like this? Okay, now what we have to do, we have to find for minimum impedance. For minimum impedance. Minimum impedance means when the Z will be minimum. What is the formula of Z? Z is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC square. Right? XL minus XC square. When this will be minimum, when this will be minimum, we will say this will be minimum when this term will be equal to 0. जब ये पूरा this complete term will be 0, then this will become minimum. Right? So when this one will become 0, when we will say when XL is equal to XC. When suppose XL is equal to XC. For example, if suppose this is 5 ohm, this is also 5 ohm. So 5 minus 5, 0. Right? So 0 ka square, 0. So this complete will become 0. Right? So this will be what? Z is equal to square root of R square means Z is equal to R. That means when this will be equal to this, when this will be equal to this, then Z will be minimum. Then Z will be minimum. XL is equal to XC means, XL is equal to XC means, if this two will be equal, then what will be Z? Z will be equal to square root of R square. Z will be equal to square root of R square. That means Z will be equal to R. That means when the Z will be equal to R, then impedance will be minimum. When Z will be equal to R, then impedance will be minimum. Then impedance will be minimum. That means when Z will be equal to R, then impedance will be minimum. Now understand it in another way. I said that when XL will be equal to XC, then impedance will be minimum. Right? XL formula is L omega. What is the formula of XL? We all know XL formula is L omega. And XC formula is 1 by C omega. So L omega will be equal to 1 by C omega. Right? So what we will write? That omega square is equal to 1 by LC. Can we write? So omega will be what? Omega will be 1 by C. Here what it will be? Omega square will be equal to 1 by LC. So what will be omega? Omega will be is equal to 1 by square root of LC. Omega will be equal to 1 by square root of LC. So what will be frequency? See, frequency is equal to, if suppose we will talk about the frequency. So we know that omega is equal to 2 pi f. We know omega is equal to 2 pi f. Right? So frequency will be what? Omega, or you know that this is equal to 2 pi by t also. So we know that frequency, we can write that frequency is equal to omega by 2 pi. Clear? Omega by 2 pi. That means for calculating frequency, we will write omega by 2 pi. So what is omega? 1 by square root of LC. Clear? So frequency will be equal to 1 by 2 pi, 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. Square root of LC. Why? Because frequency is equal to omega is how much? 1 by square root of LC. So omega, on the place of omega, we will write 1 by square root of LC, and then 2 pi will be division. So what will be frequency? Frequency is 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. Now understand that when frequency will be equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of LC, then Z will be minimum. Then Z will be minimum. Then Z will be minimum. Clear? That means what we have understand that for minimum Z, right? For minimum impedance, what we will add for minimum impedance, that means Z. For minimum Z, what is the condition? XL will be equal to XC, right? XL should be equal to XC, that means Z should be equal to R. Z should be equal to R. That means what we can write, that what will be omega? Omega will be equal to 1 by square root of LC, and what will be frequency? Frequency will be equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. In some book they will write frequency like this also. Frequency like this also. This frequency is known as natural frequency. This frequency is known as natural frequency. So whenever they will ask you that what is for minimum impedance, what is the condition? What is the condition for minimum impedance? So for minimum impedance, XL should be equal to XC, Z should be equal to R, omega should be equal to square root 1 by square root of LC, and frequency should be equal to 1 by, this is angular frequency and this is natural frequency. This is angular frequency. What is this? Angular frequency. And this is natural frequency F. Achha. Now that one thing, that natural frequency of LCR circuit. Write about natural frequency of LCR circuit. Natural frequency of LCR circuit. That means what is the meaning of natural frequency? So natural frequency is, you can like mu. So that the value of frequency, the value